Hello everyone, this is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen. Hello, my Crimsonites. How we doing? How we doing today? We all right? Is my chat acting up again? Is YouTube been on one a little bit? Anyway, I'm gonna give people a little time to get in here. Man, yesterday was rough. I burnt the crap out of my hand because I was pan frying a salmon fillet. You know, one of the big ones with the skin on it and everything. Ooh, that was good. But I was turning it over and I called myself was being careful and it splashed down just a little bit. And I'm telling you, that oil got all over this hand, but this finger in particular. So it is burned. The skin look funny on it. It's a little tough. Like it ain't really got no feeling right here. So I know it's gonna peel off. It was burning yesterday. It burned for a few hours yesterday. And I put some aloe vera and everything on it. It was burning, honey. It was like, yeah, whatever. I'm burning you. Oh my goodness. Hey Sheep, hey AB, hey CP the Trucker, Elongo, Savage, hey Derek. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody is okay. Because we are just going to talk a little bit about Michael the Stallion and Maxine Waters. Oh, this was a little better than a scorch, Sheep, because this skin has changed texture on this finger. It's a whole different texture. You know, we don't like to think of ourselves like that, but we pieces of meat. Hot grease cook it like you do fried chicken. Same thing. Two strags in a pot. Yeah, they are. Hey, Buko. All right, so recently, like over the last couple of days, there was an interview that was done by Harper's Bazaar between Meg the Stallion and Maxine Waters. And I'm just going to read the article. don't, you know what? Should I read the article or play? I think I'll play. I think I'll play the video. I think that might actually go a little bit faster. I'm not sure, because the video, the interview is actually rather long. The interview is rather long. So I don't know if I want to play the video. It might get, I don't know how Harper's Bazaar is with their content. Sometimes the content be, they don't want you to air it and all of that type of stuff. So you know what? I'll just stick to reading. Let me take a look. We're going to look. Okay, so this is actually on the Harper's Bazaar site. Megan Thee Stallion and Representative Maxine Waters on misogynoir saying no and the genius, quote unquote, of WAP. Interview conducted by Caitlin Greenidge. All right. So we're just going to hop right into the transcript because they transcript the interview. So we're going to skip all the fluff. So the first question was, Megan, can you speak a bit about what it meant to receive that letter from Representative Waters? So Megan's answer was, just to receive any type of recognition from the wonderful Miss Waters, it really blew my mind, because I know that me being a young black woman in my generation, the things that I fight for, the things I talk about every day, it seems new for us because we're just now going through it. But to be recognized by a woman that has always spoken out about these issues and has always been an advocate for black women and just the whole black community, I felt overwhelmed. I felt seen. Notice how they always differentiate themselves from the community. It's black women and then the whole community. I just felt very appreciative. It's hard to feel like you're doing something new. It's hard to feel like I'm speaking about something for the first time because I've never done it before. And I'm seeing the things that people are saying to me and how some people may not agree with what I'm saying. They feel like it's controversial, and all I'm saying is protect black women. Protect them from what? And see, today we're going to go ahead and talk about what they want protection from, because I finally figured it out. And now people are taking it like I'm saying something crazy. So just to be supported by another black woman who sends the same message, I feel like, you know what? I am doing the right thing, and I'm going to keep doing it because Maxine Waters said I can. Thank you, Hannibal. Now, this last piece is important because she's saying that she's going to continue to do what she's doing, how she's doing it, because the Gynocracy has signed off on it. A woman has given permission. A head top-notch hyena, because she said, so just to be supported by another black woman who sends the same message, I feel like, you know what? I'm doing the right thing, and I'm going to keep doing it because Maxine Waters said I can. So Ms. Waters says, well, let me just tell you, I was moved by your article and I was pleased. Oftentimes, particularly happens with entertainers, they put you in a box and somehow they don't see you as a person who has a life that includes a family, that includes decisions that you have to make, that has nothing to do with your performance, but about living. And so they don't see you as thinking about the plight of black women or civil rights or any of these issues. So that's why I was pleased that you wrote it, because they need to know that you are smart, you're intelligent, you're strong, and that you have something to say. So she's basically telling, thank you, BJ, for the Cash App. She's basically telling Meg that the appearance value, your appearance to the public, people don't see past that. So I'm glad you were able to write an article that contradicts the appearance that you present to the public. But the appearance that she presents to the public is of her own volition. She said it many times. This is how she wants to appear. This is how she wants to present herself to the world. Like a slore. So somehow everyone is supposed to overlook the appearance. We're going to get to that. So I want to thank you for that. And I want you to know that when you speak of yourself and you say maybe people think you're being too controversial, pay that no attention. What it means is you have confidence. And not only do you have confidence, you're smart and you know how to manage yourself, your life, and what you want to do. See, this is an example of would Maxine be a baby boomer? She's older than a boomer though, isn't she? She's an old boomer, I would guess. Is that what generation she's in? Because she's like 82. She might be older than a boomer. And this is an example of what I was talking about yesterday. Helping these young women go astray like you did. Not sitting and down and telling her you don't want to represent yourself to the public this way. Because if it was nothing wrong with it, why isn't Maxine representing herself that way when she was young? She old now. Don't nobody care what she's doing now. This is also an example of upholding the dysfunction of the sisterhood no matter what. See, the gynocracy has no class. And they are, listen ladies, they are telling you that class among black women does not matter. See, there are a few things to discuss here. And I'm going to get back to the interview. But shout out to Sheep Stay Sleep, who actually was talking about this. How the values that we had before that aided and assisted us to be better people have been replaced with BS. She's blowing smoke up Megan's butt by telling her that what she's doing right now, the appearance value, her profession, is all okay. And that she should continue to do this because it doesn't mean anything except she's got confidence. They still running around here acting like it's revolutionary to be a whore nowadays. No, it's not. It's commonplace. Or to present yourself as that. Because whether or not that's true of Megan's personal life, that's the appearance she presents. And she presents it so that other young ladies can follow that lead. It doesn't matter what she does in her personal life. It only matters what she does publicly because everybody doesn't know her personally. You only know her by her public appearance value, her image, what she says, the songs that she performs. This is how you know her. Thank you, Tyrese. This is how you know who she is. The common person or fans don't know her. They're never going to know her. All of these people that follow her and listen to her music or whatever, they're never going to get to personally sit down with her and figure out who she is on the inside, and nobody cares. Because it doesn't matter who she is on the inside. She's being propped up with this appearance value that will apply to black women everywhere because young people are impressionable. That includes black women, young black women. And they are going to run around here thinking that singing WAP and body yaddy yaddy and being, whorish is actually cute and empowering and something that they should be looking forward to because somebody so prestigious, quote unquote, as Representative Maxine Waters signed off on it. And this is how the older generation of black women dooms the younger ones. Now, this is an old woman. So she's seen the civil rights movement. She has seen the actual face of racism. Yet, this is the advice that she has for young women. You just continue to toe that party line for us. She has witnessed the degeneration of the black race through the women by replacing the values of the women with BS, with feminism, with whore culture, with the gynocracy. She has watched this transformation, and she still is encouraging it publicly with another public figure that represents the young generation of women. And young women that are in Meg's age range are looking at this and saying, oh, it's okay to dance to WAP, but can't nobody tell me nothing now. We're going to go on. For some people who don't have courage, thank you, Young Manhood. And thank you, the Revelator, for the cash out. For some people who don't have courage and don't have confidence, they don't understand it when they see it in other people. So you should be proud of who you are. And I know you are. And not only your talent, but your person. What do you care about? And what is it you're doing that is not only good for you, but it's good for others? And this is the sleight of hand, because she's trying to tell Meg about distorted value. I want you to listen to this very carefully. She said, for some people who don't have courage and don't have confidence, they don't understand it when they see it in other people. So you should be proud of who you are, your personal market value. She's talking to her now about who, not what, not her profession. She said, and I know you are, and not only your talent, not just the external 5 of the 10 life values, but the internal, but your person. What do you care about? This is how she's perpetuating a warped value system. This is why the 10 life values is so important, ladies, because you have been given a warped value system that teaches you how to devalue yourself in practice. In words, it's lofty. It makes you think that there's some sort of goal, lofty goal or empowerment happening. In practice, you are devaluing the very personal market value that she's trying to tell Meg about. Thank you, Risa, for the cash out. Thank you, Big Cheese. I see your stove don't have an off knob. Cook, sis. Hey, DC, say Crimson Cure, good topic, listening from work. All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So she's reinforcing the BS value replacement, because she isn't really saying anything. You should be proud of yourself. How blanket is that? How general is that? And not just your talent, but your person. How does she know? What is it you're doing that is not only good for you, but it's good for others? So she's trying to speak to her mobility value. Also her friendship market value. So Harper's Bazaar says, what I'm seeing right now between the two of you, it's an example of how you build community, which is showing words of affirmation for another person saying, I see you. How do you build community with other black women? Again, the question, I want you to hear what is being said. The black community is black women. It's not men. Men are not included. Oftentimes, children are also not included. The black community is women. And the question itself, stated by a black woman, shows that women don't understand mobility because she doesn't know what builds a community. She said, this is an example of how you build community, which is, and she goes on to tell us how community is built by showing words of affirmation for another person, saying, I see you. How is that building a community? How is that building a community? See, this is, women don't understand mobility. Women don't understand any mobility. Because what is that? You build a community off of making other women feel good and they getting their fifis and feel good? This is how you build a community? So community isn't about shared culture. It isn't about a shared value system. It's about words of affirmation. See how women don't get it? They don't get it. They think they get it. They want to sound smart. They want to sound informed. Ladies, you can't do this. Stop following up behind these people. These people are not even smart. They're not as smart as they trying to claim that they are. She doesn't even understand what she's talking about. This is how you build community. No, it isn't. So Ms. Waters says we have to take people where they are, and we have to be honest with people about who we are. We have to be honest in ways that will help people open up and be honest with you. And so if we put ourselves high on a pedestal somewhere and we're talking about, I'm your role model and you got to do this and you got to act this way and you got to dress this way and you should be doing this, we're not being honest. So right here, she's telling you that the operation of feminist thinking and the gynocracy is dependent upon it not having a class system. You don't want, quote unquote, to be a role model and you have to do this and have to do that, which is double speak, which is a vicious form of double speaking. She's double talking because people like herself and people like Meg Thee Stallion, two sides of the same coin, prominent in front of the popular media. You are prominent in front of the public eye. So people are taking you as a role model. I don't care what you say. They are watching what you do. You can't be all talking about do, you know what I'm saying, do as I say and not as I do. Or I'm just up here doing stuff, but don't follow me. Like, you do want to be followed. This is why you're in the public eye acting a certain way with a certain persona. Because it will influence. What do you even call now people with large followings on social media? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook or whatever. Y'all type in the chat for me. What is the word that they call these people who have large followings on their social media platforms? It's one word. What do they call these people? I need it to be typed into the chat. What's the word that they call these people? Thank you. It's me, C. They call them influencers. Because especially if you want to talk about women, since they are honing in on the community being women, women are nothing but followers. We are followers, ladies. We follow the culture. We follow the trends in a culture. We are influenced heavily by culture and social norms. How dare she insult our collective intelligence, ladies, by telling us, oh, we're not trying to be role models, and you know that's not how you approach it. Yes, it is. Because if the goal was just to help your community and probably become wealthy from doing so and not necessarily have fame attached to that, then you would have done that. Because people who help their community but there's no fame attached to them aren't the types of influencers that pop stars and rap stars and stuff like that are. They can influence their circle of people that know them. They're having an impact, but they're not in the public eye that way. We have people who address the issues in different ways. We have people certainly who have different thoughts, things that we don't even think about or know about. We have people who dress differently, and we have people who don't accept tradition. That is key. We have to respect that. We have to take people where they are, not accepting tradition. That's the crux of feminism. When we approach people, it is not trying to have them believe that somehow you are more pure. And she's addressing the purity because she understands WAP and the message of that and the debaucherous message of that. This is an old hoe talking to a young one. Let me just keep that 100 with you. Ladies, this is an old whore talking to a young one and giving her the game in a dignified way. You have to understand what you're listening to, ladies. This is an old slore giving game to a young one on how to keep these BS values intact and do away with a functional value system that would correct feminism and the gynocracy and therefore correct the community. But we don't want that because the community does not even include men and children. Ladies, where have we gone? The WAP and the wilderness. We in the WAP and the wilderness today. Lost. So busy trying to get men to be lost in what was between your legs, you've become lost in what's between them. And in so doing, you have made it worthless. I want you to understand that. Feminism was introduced to black women to destroy them and the family. And when you destroy the women and the family, you destroy the community because it cannot be built without the women and the children and an intact family structure. But you can only achieve that with a functional value system, i.e. the 10 life values. Palm-colored women know this. They have a class system. They have a class system. You will not see a palm-colored representative. You will not see Nancy Pelosi somewhere sullying her image and her appearance value to talk to name a palm-colored pop slore. I never liked Kesha. I always thought she was dirty. So let's say Kesha. You've never seen Nancy Pelosi do this. You've never seen Melania Trump do this. And not that she was a politician, but she was the first lady. You have not seen these palm-colored women sullying their image with the lower class among them. You don't see them doing that. That should tell you something. But they know how thirsty you are for power or the idea of power that you will never receive. You don't see them crossing those class lines because they understand appearance value. See, you don't catch palm-colored, high-level women and men talking about well, you just gotta get people where they are, and and nobody's better than nobody. BS! They are better. Let them tell it, yeah, I'm better. And I don't fool around with trailer trash. We'll do some philanthropy things. They're dirty. No, Montgomery, we're not going over there. But we will send money over there. We to help the poor. We want to help the poor. But Montgomery, I'm not going over there. I have on $1,500 Christian Louboutin flats. I'm not going over there. But you can send the money. You write the check. You write the check. Poor people. All right. You ready to go to the gala? They better. They go to different churches. They in whole different neighborhoods. They don't intermingle. Once you get so high, you don't go lower. If you can't come to the Hamptons, I'm not talking to you. But y'all will sit there, no value. You don't understand mobility or appearance. You don't understand either of them. We'll continue. I may not do all of it because this is very long. Now she gonna cap. This is still Maxine Waters. Now she gonna sit her old butt up there, her old crusty James Brown wig wearing butt. Now she gonna sit up here and cap. Listen to this. When I see someone and I'm talking with them, I'm looking at them and I'm listening to them. I don't care what they have on. I don't care about anything else but what this person is expressing. And I'm not judging them on anything else except what they're sharing with me. For me, that is the way that you connect with others. That is the way you build community. That is where you get trust. And that is where you come to other people's aid. That was all cap. You can't point to me a woman, and a black woman especially, that's not judging from head to toe everything you got going on, whether you talking to her or not. So if a palm-colored woman came to you to talk to you about how to plant perennials in your garden, but she got on a Ku Klux Klan outfit, you're not going to judge that? You're not going to address the Ku Klux Klan outfit? You only going to address the fact that she's talking to you about planting perennials? Cap. Thank you, Charles Irby. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. I haven't gotten a chance to watch the podcast as much as I would like, but I want to give my support. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Charles. I'll be seeing you around. It's good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Now, Megan's going to explain to us the hyena clan she was raised in. Harper's Bazaar asks, Megan, you seem to be really interested in building that community as well in your performance space. You've done shows where you offered scholarship aid to people who come. She says, I was raised by women. Bing, 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 bing. I was raised in the gynocracy. I had my mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and my aunt. All hyenas. Growing up, they taught me you can do whatever you want to do. Be whoever you want to be as long as you're a woman who knows at the end of the day you don't have to depend on anybody else. Get out here in the world and make it yours. So she was taught the masculine party line of you don't need your femininity. You need to approach the world from a masculine standpoint. You need to focus on the external 5. We don't need the internal 5. We don't need spiritual and health and family and appearance and dwelling. We only need mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth, right? Masculine. Now that I'm in a position where I felt like I have to give back to my community, my women, again, they're stressing that the community is women. Are you hearing this? Ladies, we got to do better than this. Your people are more than just you. I want everybody to feel the way I feel growing up. Feel the way that I feel growing up. I am currently still in school. I remember what it was like to be a freshman. I was so confused about everything. I took out student loans, but you know what I did? As soon as I got money, as soon as I started making money, I paid off my student loans and paid my tuition fees outright. And when I got in position to do that for other women, I really wanted to be part of other women's story where they're like, I was going to give up. I couldn't do it. But guess what? Meg Stallion said I could, so I did. And she really helped me. I know that if I can make it easy for somebody, I want to do that. So representative says, I mean, people go to school. I don't know who gave me that PayPal, but thank you so much. I mean, people go to school to try to get where you are, and here you are in this place, and you're still paying attention to education. Didn't I just say it was masculine? She just reinforced it. You're paying attention to the education value, but only for women. Thank you, Sherry, for giving me that, because I was asking earlier, because she's an octogenarian, I thought she might have been part of the silent generation. A little old to be a boomer, because my mom is a boomer and she's not quite 70 yet. So she's back reinforcing that masculine mindset. My mother and great-grandmother passed away recently, but my grandmother is still alive, and she will whoop my butt. Even me at 25, she whooped my butt if I dropped out of college. I'm not only getting a degree for myself, I'm getting it for the women in my family who originally pushed me to go to school. Thank you, Dr. Dunbar. Thank you for taking this leadership position, Kendra. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And appreciate you coming on and popping on into the chat. Megan said, so Maxine says, if you had grandma, great grandma, and mom and all of that, I know what they said. Girl, get educated, because they can't take it out of your head. They can't take it away from you if you get educated. That's what they always said, right? Get educated. She know what they said because that's what she says. This is the party line. This is so deep. I almost can't get far enough into the rabbit hole that this is. I almost can't get far enough down. There's a lot of layers to what's being said. Ladies, this is programming. This is the replacement of quality values with BS values. And they are this conversation is the reinforcement from an old head to a young woman to distort her and millions of other young women who will be dysfunctional through Megan. This is what we've got going on among the women. This. So Harper's Bazaar says, and this is an important one. Thank you, SR. I don't want to say your real name, sweetheart, for the cash app. This is a good one. We've come off an election where we've seen the incredible organizing power of Black women. The response has been from some people to assign those Black women even more work. How do we redirect that impulse? How do we ensure that we're being supported and protected as much as we are being celebrated or asked to help? Now, before I read the answer to this, the question embodies what Black women want protection from. Because we hear it a lot. Protect Black women. Protect Black women. Put a 1 in the chat if you finally want to know what protect Black women means. Put a 1 in the chat. I need some crowd participation today. I need some participation. Sometimes I forget I have lipstick on and I touch my lips. The joys of being a woman. And I need y'all to take these notes. Because ladies, I need you to understand this. What Black women are asking that they can't articulate. They're not asking to be protected from some physical harm. They are not asking to be protected from palm-colored supremacy. They are asking Black men who are not a part of the community, because they consistently say that they are not. Black women want protection from the consequences and the repercussions of the appearance value that they themselves represent and perpetuate. I will repeat that. Black women do not need protection in a physical manner. That is not what they are talking about. The collective of Black women want black men to protect their appearance value in spite of the one that they themselves perpetuate. They want black men to protect them from the consequences and repercussions of the wrecked appearance value that they continue to perpetuate and put out there about themselves. That is what they want protection from. That is what protect black women means. We want to get out here and be masculine. We want to get out here and be belligerent. We want to get out here and present ourselves as the concubines of the world. We want to get out here and display our wantonness and our debauchery and our ability to flout every piece of traditional femininity that we can find. But we also simultaneously do not want to deal with the consequences of that, which means that people actually see us and regard us in the way in which we present. So if we present ourselves as promiscuous harlots that run around and are no good for anything other than sex and a good time, we actually want protection from that because we want to be also respected as upstanding women who don't engage in those things and will be seen as respectable feminine women when we do not portray that to the world. That is what they want. The problem with that is that black men do not have control over the appearance value of black people. Black women do. Because we just heard him say it for like the 10,000th time that the community is women. The question itself gives us this answer. Because she said, how do we redirect that impulse? How do we ensure that we're being supported and protected and at the same time celebrated and asked to help? When she first said we were the ones with the organizing power. We were the ones with the power. So if you're the one with the power, you don't need protection. Hello? How you gonna be the CEO of the company and in the mail room, entry level? How? How you feel both them positions? How you gonna have power and at the same time be powerless? How? How does that happen? How does it happen? You tell me, ladies, how are you powerless and simultaneously have all the power? Let you tell it. So here comes Maxine with her fake spiritual value, her subverted spiritual value. One of the most important things for each of us to do is to examine who we are and to get grounded in who we are and have our own philosophies about life and what we care about. That was a whole lot of nothing. See, you can tell BS when it's fluff, when it don't tell you nothing. A lot of words, no meaning. Because that is a subverted version of the spiritual value. Because the true version of that is not only to get grounded in who you are, but to become connected with something higher than yourself, whereby you acquire a moral code and compass and the principles by which you live. That's very important to know yourself. And when you do that and you set out to do things like Stacey Abrams, another feminist, and other women who have been involved in voter registration, it's because you want to do it. So she took her from a fake spiritual value to mobility. She skipped health, family, appearance, and dwelling. This is how you know this is a subverted value system. Designed to perpetuate demonic, low vibrating energy. The true value system embodied within the 10 life values is there to help you vibrate on a higher level of order and function, not dysfunction and chaos. Because that was chaos, what she just said. Just figure out what you care about. What a woman cares about can be fleeting from one moment to the next. Earlier, I cared about washing my car. When I got too tired of driving, I didn't care about washing the car. I came home. I cared about coming home. So what women care about is from minute to minute, moment to moment. That's not a spiritual value. Because in order to actually get grounded in the true spiritual value, you need truth. And feminism is not true. So you can't get grounded in the spiritual value with a lie. I don't know that I can finish this. I'll read this last. This is the last one I'm going to read. This isn't the last question. But I think it's important. Because this is the only time so far that men have been mentioned. And I want y'all to see how they mention black men. Harper's Bazaar asked, what music do you listen to when you need encouragement to get what you need to get done? Representative Maxine Waters said, I listen to the young people around me, and they may tell me something maybe you ought to pay attention to. But then they told me to look at, was it WAP? You know what it is. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I said, now that's audacity. That is audacity. And that is the ability for women to take charge of what they want to say. I had paid, now this is the part you need to listen to. I had paid attention to the young gangster rap time when men were in charge. They said whatever they wanted to say about women, what have you. But women didn't say for a long time what they could say or wanted to say or dared to say. And so I thought, that's audacity. Now she gon' cap. She about to cap real hard. When hip hop started, we had so many people who didn't understand this new genre, and we had so many mature people who wanted to censor, particularly gangster rap. I'm a real First Amendment person who believes in the right of freedom of speech. And so I took up the cause with Tupac and with Dr. Dre and with a number of artists to defend them. I went before the United States Senate. I thought these people got something to say, and they're saying something very important. When hardcore rap was not accepted, even by black people and the ministers in the church, the pure creativity and the talent of rap took over. And it took over not because the palm color media or anyone else helped with that. It took over because it was accepted by so many and loved by so many. And that's how it keeps evolving. It keeps evolving in ways that now you have a Megan who is up for 4 Grammy Awards, but doing it her way. The level of cap. I got a homework assignment for my Crimsonites. Y'all ready for my homework assignment? Y'all ready for my homework assignment? I want my Crimsonites to find me evidence of letters that she has written to any quote unquote gangster rapper, male, where she praised them about how they were representing the community, having audacity as black men, and really setting out to build the community through the creativity of their music and their art. I'm gonna need somebody to bring me the paperwork. I need receipts where Maxine Waters, because she old enough, she was grown, she was in politics when it was going on, so it's not like she didn't know. I need receipts about her writing letters of commendation and all of these other types of things where she was openly praising and aligning herself with black men who were in gangster rap, you know, the NWAs and the Lukes, you know, 2 Live Crew, Uncle Luke, any of them, Biggie, Jay-Z, any of them. I want evidence of her doing with them what she's doing with Megan right now. That's what I want. Because that was cap. It's cap until further notice. I want to see video evidence, VHS evidence, because that's what it would be in the 90s and late 80s and stuff like that. It'd be VHS. So I want VHS evidence of her skinning and grinning with any of them male rappers that was calling women B's and H's and this and that and all of that. I want that. I want that. I want that. Somebody give me that. I don't think you can find it because I don't think she's ever done it. This is cap. And she needs to knock it off is what she needs to do. along with somebody need to come knock off that James Brown wig and them veneers she got in her mouth. I'm done with that interview. I can't read no more cap. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Read no more of that foolishness. Read no more of that crazy mint. Crazy. They crazy. Ladies, before I go, I need to let you ladies know. I need my black women, younger, older, Gen X, Gen Z, millennials. I need all of you to listen to me very carefully. Feminism, womanism is a tool. It is and has been, and this is documented proof. I may need to do a video about Gloria Steinem and that whole thing. I need for you, my sisters, to understand without a shadow of a doubt that these concepts born out of feminism, womanism, liberation movement, and all of this other stuff is nothing more than an extension of palm-colored supremacy. That is all that it is. And you, my sisters, have been used as the number one tool to break the family and to break the community in which you live. And this is why we cannot go any further. We are surviving only as a community. And we cannot achieve thriving unless we strive. And the only way for us to strive as a people is if us as women strive against the concepts that have been laid out before us, the warped demonic value system that has been given to us to replace a righteous value system. They have made you value colorism. They have made you value their hair texture. They have made you value their wealth. They have made you value their men. They have made you value and covet things that have no value. And they have made you view as valueless and worthless the things that have the most value. Your own womanhood, the safeguarding of your children, and the upliftment and forward movement of your men. This barn burner has been brought to you by A-Game, a male herbal solution. Because over here at the Crimson Cure and with the Lionesses, our community is not just women. Our community is the men and our children. And our men cannot contribute to themselves, nor to the family, nor to the community if he cannot see to his health. So fellas, click the link in the description box for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can get a 10% discount using the code Kendra10. That is KENDRA, the number 10. And ladies, lionesses, if you care, if you understand what it really means to keep your family intact, to keep your community intact, you will help the men in your lives keep their health intact. All right. And with that being said, I want to thank everyone that came in here, everyone that contributed. Thank you so much, MLR, for the Cash App. Everyone that contributed, everyone that came through and supported and listened, and even in the clouds, I greatly, greatly appreciate you. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure